The first thing I need to do today is fix that. Yes, it definitely shouldn't be doing that. Hazard lights, activating the brake lights as well. Nice. Annoying. There, that's with the left side disconnected. So it's fairly clear the left side is the problem. How long will that last? Yesterday, when I took Nigel out for its first drive since doing all this work, I didn't go very far before I thought I'm going to bring it back because there was a funny clonk when you changed gear. And I think that might have had something to do with me not doing up one of the engine mounts. So I've done that now, and I will be taking it for a test drive. But not until doing a couple of other jobs and having a biscuit dinner. My next job will involve this tape and this badge, the 425 badge. Everybody knows there's no such thing as a Rover 425. It's a Rover 25. So maybe it's time to rectify that. Now that's what it looks like with no badge at all, and I think that looks a bit too bare personally. You may be wondering why I've taken that off. You may be wondering why I do many of these things I do here. Biscuit Nigel. So the name 425 doesn't make sense. It is a Rover 25. But it's more than just a Rover 25, isn't it? It's more. It's better. I'd like to call it the Rover 27, using the 7 from a 75. But the 7 from the 75 is a completely different size. So I could rearrange the badges so it says 24, but that makes it less than a Rover 25, doesn't it? So how about something completely different? This car has become very important. Maybe it's even the meaning of life. And now it's time for a gift from Waster. An unwanted gift from Steve. Tacky or not so? And I haven't finished yet. Whoa! That's what I'm having to do these days to see if I've got the right Torx bit, because I can't find my reading glasses. Some of you lovely people are going to hate what you're about to see. Ready for this? It needs a bit of refurbishment. I think my cup's starting to look a bit out of date now. Needs a wash really as well, but you know, the roads are all full of snot and stuff everywhere, so it seems a bit pointless today. Well, here I am in Nigel, turning a few heads as I go along, I'm sure. No one's ever really going to be prepared for this thing. I must say, this MG steering wheel does have a nice chunky feel to it. It feels a bit more purposeful than the old Rover one. The only trouble with it is the airbag. The airbag's different, it's different shape. And not only the airbag, but the plug that goes into it. So I've got to drive around with my SRS light on for the moment. But in all honesty, I'm not really bothered. I don't care whether I've got an airbag or not. That's good news. The brake light issue certainly seems to be fixed. Just a bit of a dodgy connection. Because before, when I put my foot on the brake, the indicator would come on. And obviously that's not really what it's supposed to do. You know, in effect, you're giving people the wrong signal. They're going to think the wrong thing. They're going to think that you're about to do something that you're not about to do. And that is why these particular things are reasonably important. Just driving by the lake now, Hollingworth Lake, and I've seen someone in a boat with what looks like a fridge freezer on it. Honestly, that's the most bizarre thing I could imagine you carrying around on your bolt. I'm sure I'm not mistaken. Now, you know, I've got Project Archie as my daily car at the moment, really just to check that it's a good car. That was the idea, to check that it's a good car, to see what I can do, whether it needs fixing, whether it doesn't need fixing, basically to sell it. But I like it so much, I don't want to sell it. I like it even more than Project George. And I only sold George because I was given the money that I was asking for. Now, the thing is, back in Nigel, I prefer this. I still prefer this. This car is still my favourite car ever. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that. I don't care if anybody else likes it. And the more jobs I do to it, the more I just like it even more. Now, if this car was a reflection on my personality, then I've got to say I'm a bit confused. To all of those people who have never driven a Rover 25, you're missing out. Honestly, I've said this before, but it's the happiest car you can drive. You can't drive it and not feel content. It's just impossible. You don't have to drive it like a lunatic. It doesn't have to be fast. It works with a small engine. It's not the best handling car. It's not the safest car. It just does this to your face while you're driving sensibly as well. That's the most amazing thing. Funny thing about the Rover 25 with the K series engine is that people think it's not any good, but honestly they're completely wrong. It is a reliable engine if looked after, and it's more reliable than most of the cars that you see about. It's just not as safe. That means a slight problem, because crashes happen all of the time. And in the Rover 25, you're more likely to have that crash because your car won't break down on the way to that crash. One thing I'm still unsure about what to do with this car is, do I make it fast? Because I did have, for a little while, an idea of putting a 1.8 turbo engine in, but a lot of work, and the 1.8 turbo engines are sought after, so you know, it means not selling something really good that I happen to have, or buying something that I don't have and spending a lot of money on it. No, it's very much against the whole ethos of Nigel. So, I like this car just being nippy, and for a 1.4 engine, it's good enough. And what I haven't done for a little while is give it a little bit of steam. That wasn't really thrashing it. That was only going up to about 4,500 revs, and it feels quick enough, and that's the problem. I don't thrash it properly anyway. I only take it, at most I've been up to about 6,000 RPM in this, because I just kind of want to look after it anyway, because I just like to look after it. So I think there's my answer. Leave it as it is. For those of you that don't like this steering wheel, the horn's not working anyway, and so I'm just trying to figure this out. Hello, this is the bumper. Sorry it's taken a while for me to get around to this. I've been busy doing things I don't really need to do. Just been to the shop, and walking back to the car, I just thought I've got to go and take a couple of pictures of it. So I did. I went to the park. My broken horn, I know how to fix that. I've just got to get another steering wheel, which I have spare, and take out all of the wiring and the switches, and swap it all over. Now that sounds like an instruction video, so I think maybe that's what I will do tomorrow. Bye bye.